welcome to Strictly Yankees. I'm Jacob Brown, joined here with Mark Papaleo. It's spring training. We're here. Baseball has started. We've got things going on. First off, I want to congratulate FAU baseball for beating the University of Florida last night 3-2. FAU ranked number 21 in the nation, Florida number 6. I don't want to call it an upset win because it wasn't. We're better than them. So FAU won. Good stuff. And I know you were watching that game, Mark.
Yeah, it was a great game. Good pitching by both sides, but FAU came on top.
Yeah, and Hardigan, our guy, with the game-winning hit, so that was great to see. All right, so let's get going with the spring training stuff. And just before we got on, we were talking about Gary, and there's been a lot of haters for him for sure. I mean, us two, we're probably two of them. Last year was just terrible. He hit 147. It was either strikeout or home run. There really was no in between. And, first 2 spring training games, 2 home runs. Steve Cashin was at the game where he hit the one over the batter's eye. He said it was an absolute nuke shot. And then last night to right center. So it's good to see. And the interesting thing about it to me was Trevor Plouffe did a breakdown of Gary on YouTube on his show called The Sequence. He said last year his leg kick started when the pitcher's arm was in a different location than when it was in 2019. And he's saying just that little bit of difference, it's a fraction of a second, and it fucks up your timing. So do you think if Gary fixes that leg kick, we're just going to get normal Gary 35 bombs this year?
I mean, I think so. I think it's definitely in there in him. So we've seen it early on in spring training. I mean, there's still questions there if he can be that everyday catcher. And we saw in the second game of the season of the spring training, you caught Garrett Cole. There were some issues there. Garrett Cole got hit around, but he's looked good in the batter's box. He's either striking out or he's hitting home runs. But as long as he can keep the swing and misses down, and he can really sit back and control that leg kick and really get his form down. I mean, I think he could be. He can get back into that top 10 catching, list.
Oh, absolutely.
He can give you 35 home runs this year, no doubt, if he's healthy all year.
Yeah, we know he still has the power. It's just something's wrong with everything else. So he's just gotta rebound. And Trevor Plouffe's not the first one to figure out that Gary's leg kick was off. I'm sure the Yankee hitting coaches were looking at video. It's the first thing they saw. And, Gary, maybe he went to the Winter League. He worked on it, and we hope he did. So also Aaron Boone yesterday went under surgery to get a pacemaker, which is kind of scary stuff. But the Yankees announced, I think either last night or this morning, that he's being released from the hospital. So prayers out to Boone, and we hope he gets better.
For sure, prayers up.
Yeah, so what was I going to say? So Aaron Boone actually said the other day they plan on putting Hicks in the 3-hole, and this is something I've been saying for like a year. Put him in there to split up Judge and Stanton. I think it works. I'm more honestly of a proponent to mess up the entire lineup. Put Aaron Judge 3rd or 4th. Put DJ 3rd, mix it up because we haven't won with the way this lineup's put out. But realistically speaking, it's probably going to end up with Aaron Hicks in the 3 spot. And, I actually did a deep dive into it, and I saw he strikes out more than he walks. And so, the Yankees say, oh, we have him in that 3 spot because he walks a lot. But if you're striking out more than you walk, is it really that much of a thing?
No, I mean it's not, but I still think it's a good move to put him there at 3. It's definitely good to see him in a different spot. He can hit from both sides of the plate, obviously, being a switch hitter. More power to the left of him is when he bats from his left side. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's great to split up Judge and Stanton, get that, righty mix, righty now. If there's a right-handed pitcher up, give yourself some different looks. And Hicks he was hitting in a spot in the lineup where he's going to strike out more. You know what I mean? So when you're hitting like that, I think put him in the 3-hole is best for him, to be honest. And I think it's best for our team. He can go yard, he can get you a base hit, and he's not that slow either. He can be good in the base pads as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he brings everything to the plate that you want, and he strikes out a lot, Judge strikes out, Stanton strikes out, Voit strikes out, the whole lineup strikes out. You can't avoid it anymore. And yeah, I mean, you need that lefty because you look around that lineup, there's nobody. I mean, he's the only lefty in the lineup, unless Gardner or Talkman's in there. So they need that bat in there, and I think he should at third. But what do you think that means for Voit? I mean, after last season, is he going to be bumped down to 5?
I mean, yeah, I mean, but like that shouldn't be a big issue for Voit. I mean, he knows he's on a team with a bunch of talent, and he knows he is a top talent on that team. As last year he led the American League in home runs. I mean, it's just when you're hitting 5 in that lineup, it's not a bad place to be. So I feel like hitting 5 on the Yankees with this kind of lineup is different than hitting 5 in New York and the other side of New York with the Mets.
No, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Voit can't be sitting over there complaining. The Yankee culture is good. I think all those guys, they're like 1 through 9. Wherever I am, I'm going to help the team. So, Voit. I mean, hey, not many teams can say they have the top 2 first basemen, top 3 first basemen as their 5 hitter.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 3 teams in the league you could really argue that one of their best players shouldn't be in the 5 hole, and that's the Dodgers, the Padres, or the Yankees, because all those 3 lineups are loaded with offensive talent. So if you're in the 5 hole, it's just more dangerous. I mean, it really is, because you face 4 great hitters before you, and you're coming up. Here comes the American League, home run king. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a different kind of for opposing staffs to go against our lineup. It's hard. I'm assuming it gives them nightmares before big games.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we've talked about, we just get spoiled because we keep losing in the playoffs, and you kind of just forget how good the lineup is. I mean, you go 330 hitter, then Judge, then you go Hicks, who's a top 5 center fielder when healthy, then fucking Stanton, then the home run king, then Glaber, a top 10 short. I mean, this lineup's absolutely stout. We just get spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, strikeouts are our downfall, but strikeouts happens to every team. Especially now this year they got rid of the balls we've been using, so there's gonna be less home runs. It seems like it's gonna be more defensive friendly baseball. So we'll see if that affects our team a lot. I'm assuming it will, because it's gonna affect everyone differently. Thank God we got the short porch over there and right, so we should be all right.
Yeah, no, that short porch always helps. So, what do you think that 7, 8, 9 is going to look like in the lineup? Because I'm assuming at least that Glaber is going to hit 6th. I mean, he might not. It might be Gio. But do you think it will go? I mean, my thought, if I were Boone, I'd be going Gio, Frazier, Gary. But the thing is Boone has this weird pecking order thing where, you've been on the team longer, you get to hit up in the order. So how do you think it'll go?
I mean, when we think about those 3 guys, obviously it goes Gary, Clint, and then Gio, if I'm not mistaken, on time being as a Yankee, right?
Yeah.
I think Clint was there before Gio. So, I mean, I guess you could say he does have an issue like that. But, I mean, I don't really think you can go wrong with those 3 guys batting 7, 8, 9, no matter where you're going to put them. It just really depends on, who you're playing that day, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like they're really interchangeable.
Yeah, no, it's not going to stay the same. I mean, I think Clint can end up hitting 6th at the end of the year, because Glaber didn't do so hot last year. I don't think that's, determining of what he actually is. But, 6 through 9, I mean, you could do it any way you want. Also, Gio is coming back, I think, today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Today's his first start.
There we go. So that's good to see. I mean, they were originally saying he wouldn't be in until mid-March. So to see him in that lineup is a good sign.
Oh yeah, he's that top 10 third baseman right there. We're excited to get him back.
Oh yeah, I mean, and he's proven it now. I mean, you can't even argue it. He's got the defensive stats. He's got, he's a 300 hitter. It's pretty remarkable. You get him from Cleveland. He's a career minor leaguer, and now he's this for you. And the
Yankees seem to have a good track record recently of developing young talent. I mean, we've seen that. When Jeter was retiring, after Jeter retired, we ended up Judge, Gary, we develop these guys, and they become the next stars. So
exactly.
We'll definitely see if they can, pull through for us this time.
Yeah, and we look at that final bench spot, and now with re-signing Brett Gardner, which I don't think we talked about last time. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't happen. But yeah, Gardy's back. I'm glad about it. I think he should be back. The Yankees don't have outfield depth past Mike Tauchman, and we'll get to that now. If Tauchman doesn't make the team, they don't have anyone. So I don't know what they're going to do with that final bench spot, because you got Higgy, Tauchman, and Wade. And, maybe it's not Wade, it's Estrada instead, which I couldn't care less, because I think Tyler Wade is totally overrated. But that final bench spot, you just talked to me. You like Derek Dietrich a lot, but at the same time, Mike Tauchman doesn't have any options. So if they cut him, they've got to trade him. So, I feel like they're going to keep him on the team just for that reason. And also, listen, if Aaron Judge goes down, you don't want Brett Gardner in that lineup every day. After that, who do you call up,
Well, here's my question. Is Mike Ford on our 40-man roster?
He is, yeah.
Is he in our Major League roster?
No one's on the – technically no one's on the Major League roster.
I'm saying, will he be?
No.
No, right?
Yeah, no.
I'm just making sure you weren't accounting for one of those spots for him, because I'm saying Derek Dietrich's I think he's way more of an upside than Mike Ford.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, to get to your point, Mike Tauchman. I think he's gonna be the last guy to make the roster, to be honest, if we're really just talking honestly here. But because you have Voit, who can start at first base, you have DJ, who you can move to first base whenever you need during the week, if you have a couple games back to back to back, who knows what Boone's thinking sometimes. But so we'll do that. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. You could do that, but yeah, you have Gardner now. You have Tauchman. What happens if Hicks gets hurt? We've seen him get hurt before. Who's going to play center field every day? It can't be Gardner. You know what I mean? We were just talking about that. So I think that's definitely the safe move for them. I think he's looked decent, in his at bats he's gotten. I think, a minor league deal might be in place for Derek Dietrich. I think he's just an invite only for spring training.
They could just cut him.
And Jay Bruce is already on a minor league deal, so he'll be there anyways. So I think Tauchman right now is a safe play for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you don't have to make a 40-man move for him. He's already there. Just the easy thing to do. And also, he talked about an interview the other day. He said his shoulder was fucked up during the season. And, he had no home runs. So he had 13 the year before, right to 0. I'm kind of willing to believe him, especially because he went yard in spring training.
Yeah, I think he looks good. I think, I've trusted him a lot in big situations when watching the Yankees, and he's come in for injured Stanton, and Judge has missed a lot of time. He's played a lot of time for him. So I'm glad he's gotten those at bats and that experience, because I think after an injury like he said he had a shoulder injury, he'll bounce back better than he was.
Yeah, no, and he's one of the smartest hitters on the team. Like I heard him on Talking Yanks one time with John Boy, and he was talking about. He was like, "Yeah, they asked him, like, why do you think you're so good at hitting lefties?" And he's like, "Well, if you look at the probabilities, it's a 50% chance you're getting a fastball, 50% chance you're getting a breaking ball." He said he studies hitting like a football player. So I don't see how you go from doing really well to 0 home runs, So I feel like he'll be back. And it's not like you need the guy to play all the time. Gardner's going to play more than him when everyone's healthy. But we know Hicks is going to get injured. And that's the frustrating part, because, you watch these games in spring and you're like, well, yeah, Aaron, I love seeing you out there, but be there in fucking July.
We know any of them, or all 3 of them could get injured tomorrow by having a bad workout. That's the thing. We talk about needing depth in the outfield. Now we have 6 guys in the roster that play the same position, essentially, almost. When you have not really many backups for the infield. So I think that shows, that they don't trust the health of their outfielders.
And they shouldn't. These guys don't know how to stay healthy. Judge is like, oh, I went and got, I'm doing yoga now and I stopped lifting. It's like, dude,
about damn time.
About time. It's like, you don't need to be a lumberjack to hit home runs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about his new teeth, by the way?
Looks like a stud. I thought he was a stud either way.
Yes, sir, man. Hey,
great. Good for him.
You got the show teeth.
Confidence.
Yeah,
whatever gives him more confidence, it makes him feel better in that box. I don't care.
Yeah, and supposedly I saw some tweet out there. Who knows if it's BS or not? It said over in Asia or India or something like that, they believe if your teeth are fixed, you prevent injuries from yourself. So,
Oh,
I mean, if that's the reason, that makes it even better.
yes, I agree. I'm pumped for it. Then he probably paid millions of dollars for those teeth if that's the point.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, Stanton's got those show teeth too, and that's mainly because his face kind of got crushed a few years ago. But yeah, he's got the show teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah. So also last night, Corey Kluber, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. Dude, I mean, if Corey
yeah, he looked
Kluber
good.
comes in here and he's fucking Corey Kluber, that changes the whole game.
That changes everything. I mean, same thing as Jameson Taillon. Jameson Taillon looked good in his three batters of game. What was that? Monday. Monday, Jameson Taillon
Yeah, yeah,
came
yeah.
in after Garrett Cole. Yeah, and he pitched. He had what I think 2 groundouts and a strikeout. He looked good too. I mean, if these two guys can be really 50% of what they were, 75% of what they were, we're in for a good year because we still have Sevy coming back at the All-Star break, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. So, I mean, we're looking good as long as they can stay healthy, we're going to be fine at starting pitching, I feel like.
Yeah, because like it's not even that you have to say Corey Kluber's got to be old Corey Kluber. If he's Tanaka from 2019, perfect. If Taillon is Paxton from 2019, perfect. And if you go into an ALDS, ALCS, and if these guys are at their peak potentials, and you go Cole, Kluber, Sevy, Taillon, that's pretty insane. Actually, those four going up against you.
Yeah, I think Taillon can. I think he could be, an AL comeback player of the year, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he missed. I mean, Kluber too, because he threw 2 pitches or something last year.
Like
So
if they can keep their pitching, if they're playing well, they're gonna get run support. So I mean, I feel like they really all they have to do is it's all on them. It's on themselves. So I think they'll be all right.
yeah, and now it's about those 4 and 5 spots for now. I think is Monty
Yeah.
starting today?
I don't know who's starting today. I didn't check it
Yeah,
out.
I
Hold on.
think Monty I think is on the mound today, but he'll probably get a spot. We're not really too pumped about that. He's really just the only option at the moment. And oh no, it's Davey today.
It's Davey, yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
that's interesting. Him getting a start before Domingo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm cool with it. They're playing a solid roster, so I mean, I don't mind it. He was leading off today. Got Mike Talkman leading off. Gio in the 2-hole, Voy at 3, Clinton at 4, Andujar DH at 5, Higashioka, Tyler Wade, Socrates Brito. We're getting a little philosophers up in this bitch, and we got Thyro Estrada. So, well, wow, how great would a Socrates in New York be? That'd be awesome.
Dude, talk about outfield depth. Get fucking Socrates in the lineup.
Yeah.
Let's go. I love it. No, yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I keep thinking about the Domingo thing, and it's like ever since he did the apology thing, nobody's talking about him.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like they're shoving him out.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think if there was an issue, he'd be gone already.
that's true. Yeah, but I mean,
I think he's not going to have any more value than he's going to have right now, which is none. So I mean, if you can get whatever prospect for him, cash compensation, whatever. I think if they weren't to shut him out, that's what they would do.
that is a good point. I mean, he probably would be gone or DFA'd or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you got Britton in there. He's like, you don't choose who your teammates are. I don't blame him for saying that either, because the day he said that, the story actually came out, and they said like he was at CC's celebration. He showed up drunk, like shouting crap all over the place, smacked his girlfriend in front of everyone, and then they went home and she had to hide in the closet, and she called another Yankee player to come save her. So it's like this wasn't just a little tiny thing.
Yeah.
This was like, kind of a monster move by him.
Yeah, we've said this before. If this was George's team, if George was still on this earth, Domingo would have been gone and never would have touched a baseball diamond again, in my opinion. Well, at least in New York. So I mean, I think if they still had an issue with it, like as of right now, I think he'd be gone no matter what it took. But seeing that he's not, I think we'll see him sometime in spring training. Maybe we'll see him in the middle of today's game. Who knows? After 2 innings.
Could be. Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, but you could be right. They could be shutting him out, but I don't think that's the move to make if you're gonna, not use someone.
Yeah, because you want to get some value for him, so that could be the case. But it's a bummer too, though, because Clark Schmidt is out for basically all of spring training, and the reason why everyone was saying he was trying to show off, trying to throw as hard as he could in his pitching session, and then he comes out of it like, oh, my elbow hurts, and he's out a month, and he said that's a rookie move, it's a rookie lesson, but I feel like if and we don't know what the Yankees are telling Schmidt, but if they were transparent with him and said, look, you're in the running for this rotation, I don't think he would feel the need to go out there in a pitching session and throw as hard as he could. He'd be like, let me just play my game. But I feel like he's just trying to overcompensate there.
Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe he was trying to, just show off a little bit. But also, when you're told you're going to be in consideration for a starting five position, and historically one of the best franchises in sports, it's different. So like you're gonna feel like you have to show a little more, and he must have felt like he needed to show more velocity in his fastball or whatever he was throwing that day, slider, could be whatever. But I mean, he maybe had something to prove to maybe not only the Yankees but himself, maybe. So I mean, I don't think it's that. I'd rather have my pitcher get hurt trying to be better than him getting hit by a line drive or something. You know what I mean? Or some freakish calf muscle or whatever, some BS. So I'm happy. Like it's all right. I think he'll be okay. I think as long as he's trying to improve, I'll kind of let it slide. But I mean, once he gets in that 5 hole, I think he'll be okay. I think his confidence will be a little better.
Yeah, I just hope he gets in there, man. I mean, he's 25. It's like when are you just going to bring him up? I mean, at this point, you already have him until he's 31 years old. So, I mean, get him up there. I don't see a reason not to. And you look at that bullpen. I think we were pretty dead set on the guaranteed 7 of Justin Wilson when he got signed. You have him as 1, Loaizaga, Sessa, Green, Britton, Chapman. That's 6. Forgetting someone.
Who are we missing?
O'Day.
O'Day.
Yeah. So those 7 are in, and I'm thinking it's Nick Nelson at 8 because he threw that 91-mile-per-hour changeup that sold me instantly. I'm like 8 guy right there.
Yeah, I like Nick Nelson a lot. We saw him get some action. That was Tuesday, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good, whatever, in the time he got. So, I mean, I think he's the 8 guy for sure. I mean, in my opinion, I would want him as the 8 guy. I don't know what they're thinking, but I'm assuming that's what they're thinking as well. Someone we also haven't seen. What happened to Tyler Lyons?
I don't know. Yeah, no, he's that like guy that just is there all the time, and you don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I mean, we saw him getting big. He was getting big, he was getting put in big time games last year.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
I don't know. I mean, probably just out of the picture. I mean, because like if you bring him in, that's 4 lefties and 4 righties. So I don't think they'll do that. I mean, they could. I just don't. The other guy though is Adam Warren. I mean, he's back for like the 8th time.
I mean, they seem high on Michael King. I mean, they gave him the ball on opening day.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. I think he could be an extending, relief pitcher. So I think he also has a spot in there.
Yeah, I like King too.
I would say him over Sessa.
I don't know because Sessa. I mean, he pitched well. He had a 3.3 ERA. So Sessa, he gets a lot of shit from fans because he's not the overpowering guy all the time. He had a pretty good year. So, and the year before too, it was like a 3.6. So they have options on him. I don't think they'll send him down after being in the big so long. The thing to me is I feel like they want King to be a starter for one of those guys. If they get injured, they need to have a guy to come up to start. And if you don't have Clark, and if their plan is to keep Davey in the minors, for innings purposes, and Domingo's up in the big leagues, I feel like King would be that first guy they call up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can see that happening. I'm not really comfortable with Loizaga, but it is what it is. We saw Euris Garcia play. He didn't look whatever. He does whatever. Who's our other relief pitcher?
We have Adam Warren in there, Nestor Cortez.
Nestor Cortez was the next guy I was gonna say. The other one. Oh, what's his name?
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
Essentially, yeah. He's from the islands.
Who are you thinking of?
I literally just was talking about him.
Crap. Hold on. I'll find it. I got this Yankee roster here. Got Britton, Nelson, Medina, Luis Hill.
No.
Vizcaíno, Gomez, Barraclaw.
No.
Chacin.
Dude, he just pitched. I don't know why I can't think of his name.
Nick Goody.
No.
Jeez, man, I don't know. Addison Russ.
Dude, hold on.
Asher Wojciechowski. Other than that, I have no idea you're talking.
He's not even showing up on this. Oh, Albert Abreu.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't think of it.
That's right. No, I like Abreu.
Yeah. We like him. We can't even fucking think of his name. He pitched good the other day as well.
Yeah, no, and he's interesting too because he has one option left. So
yeah, we were thinking. I thought if we designate him for assignment, he would have been claimed, but apparently he has one more, one of those left.
Yeah, I mean, get some, maybe package him and Talkman at the end if that's their plan, and get a little bit of value for them. It could work.
Yeah, or Domingo.
Yeah, or Domingo. Yeah, that'd be nice. So, just trying to think of other shit. So yeah, we went over the bench. We went over the rotation. Went over Boone injuries, not really happening right now. Which, hey, I mean, this is the farthest we made it into spring training without a fucking injury. So it's nice to see. Yeah, no, knock on wood, bro. Knock on wood. And I just, I'm just at the point, like right when that first spring training pitch is thrown, I'm like, fast forward me a month because I'm tuned out. I don't watch. Like they're on at 1:00 today. I have no interest at all.
It's sick. The first two games were on MLB TV, and we have only MLB TV. So I went to watch the last two games. I think it was what was yesterday, Wednesday, Tuesday games, and they weren't on there. They just weren't on. It said not live. It said live, but like you can't watch it.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Dude, what am I paying for this for if I can't watch spring training baseball?
I know. I don't understand that. Like, especially at the home stadiums, you can't get the home broadcast team that's already there to go out.
The MLB is run by a bunch of ballaghools. It's disgusting.
It's so bad. I mean, the blackouts, like if you live in Tampa, you can't watch it on MLB TV.
That's normal because that's how it is with the NFL and the Dolphins. I can't watch the Dolphins on a Sunday ticket, so I get that. But it's just like everything, like if what's annoying if it's on MLB Network and I can't watch it on like anything else because it's on MLB Network. That's annoying.
Yeah,
because sometimes your region will get there's two games on MLB Network. They'll in your region will get one of them, and sometimes you get screwed.
Yeah, no,
it's just the whole. Media sharing and everything for the MLB is just terrible. And you can't watch any highlights. There's literally no highlights. You can't. It's disgusting. They're so money hungry that they're hurting their sport, and it's just we're gonna see another sport take it over. We really are. I don't know if it's gonna be the NHL or if it's gonna be soccer first, but we'll see. We'll see because they're getting less and less fans by the year.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't let people watch, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, it sucks. And I actually retweeted something last night. It's a guy talking about exactly what you were talking about. He said, for the games where the networks aren't there, find young broadcasters that want to get a chance and make a name for themselves and have them broadcast a fucking game. I'd be down for that in a second, man.
Let's ride. I'll drive to Tampa. I'll pay for everything myself. Let's go.
Hell yeah, bro.
Isn't John Boy doing the game today? Isn't that what I sent you? They're broadcasting the game.
No way.
Isn't that what the tweet I sent you?
Hold on.
Maybe they're just calling it and watching on their TV, but it says, we're thrilled to announce there will be broadcast. Oh, I'm dumb. Never mind.
Yeah, no, they're just saying it's on TV, but that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what I thought was huge.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I thought maybe they had like their own website they paid for or something like that. Might be. But at least it's on TV.
Yeah, so it's funny. I just went on Twitter and Mitch Hardigan, he for FAU baseball, he just tweeted out, like this tweet, and I'll tell you which MCU character I think you're most alike. Wow.
I might give it a like.
Yeah, I might too. I mean, Zach Weinberger, he did an interview with Mitch last year, and he said they talked a little baseball, and then most of it they were just talking about Marvel movies. Like Hardigan's just a movie guy.
Hardigan was a big hit, another big hit. He's killing it right now. You
Yeah.
know, having him and what's his name? Who bats third? What's his name?
Oh, Shanuel.
Shanuel. I couldn't think of how to say it. Yeah, Shanuel. Him and Shanuel back to back was tough. They're tough outs, man.
Yeah, and that was without Bobby in the lineup again. He has a lower leg contusion.
Yeah.
That's why he was out Sunday, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you and I, we're doing that game on Sunday, FGCU. Hopefully, we're going for the sweep when we're there on Sunday. I think we will. I got confidence.
I think if we sweep them after beating UF like this and being ranked 21, I think we're going to jump up. I would say top 18.
I would hope so, bro. Like, dude, I feel like top 15.
Well, it really just depends on who wins, who loses before then. So I don't know the college baseball schedule and who's playing who, but I mean, I think they could be top 15. Just depends, how the cookie crumbles all week.
Yep. Yes, sir. So again, hopefully we're going out there for a sweep on Sunday. That'll be on this YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. We live stream the games. We do it with FAU iHeartRadio. I'm the sports director there. I go to college at FAU, and we do the games joint there. That's just for now. Eventually, we're going to get them solely back on FAU iHeartRadio. But for now, you can watch them on the YouTube channel. Mark and I will do the Sunday game. I'm doing Friday with CJ, who we do Strictly Sports with, and that'll be fun as well. So you guys can tune into that. We just uploaded Strictly Hockey and Strictly Baseball yesterday. We did Strictly Yankees today, Strictly Rangers a few days before that. And we're taking a little bit of time off Strictly Sports right now. Mainly that's a football pod for us. And, there's not much football going on. I've already said publicly many times, I don't care for basketball anymore. They took away my interest in the past year. I don't care about the players. Regular season basketball is boring, and I don't care anymore. So I don't even want to do a pod on it. And, so we're taking a little bit of time off that. And you can follow us on Strictly Sports P on Facebook and Instagram at Strictly Sports Productions. You can follow Mark. What's your Twitter?
It is Mark Papaleo 10, I believe. I'll give it to you right now.
All right, sweet. Yeah,
I don't remember. Yeah. Let's see.
We'll put it in the description.
It is Mark Papaleo Jr. 55.
Perfect. Yeah, so go follow him, guys. Got that Yankees squad going on Twitter. So, all right, man. We'll talk about the Yankees again next week. Hopefully, there's some more big news, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, guys.